What is up everyone, Movie Wayne back again with another review, and this is going to be for the TV series The Fall, and this stars Gillian Anderson, yes, Scully from The X-Files, and Jamie Dornan, and this tells the story of a police detective trying to catch a serial killer who is going around strangling women in the city of Belfast. Now my dad told me to watch this years ago and I really wanted to, it sounded really good, but for whatever reason it just fizzled out of my mind, and when I seen it come on Netflix a couple of months ago, I decided to give this a shot. Now I've seen a lot of people online watching this at the same time as I have, and you can't really blame streaming services for giving life back to thought-to-be-dead TV shows. It's a good thing really, so I thought I'd come on here and give my thoughts on it as well. Now I'm going to be reviewing all 3 parts of the show, series 1, 2 and 3, but this is spoiler free guys, so if you haven't seen the programme, don't worry, I will go into minor details and that's it. So the show drops us straight into the streets of Belfast as we follow this killer played by Jamie Dornan, and he's sort of fixated on one woman at a time, and he's stalking this woman, you know, breaking into a house, leaving little trails behind to scare her before coming back in a few days and committing the ultimate heinous act really. But what struck me more about this programme than any other crime drama really is that we actually follow him home when he goes to his wife, and he's got a little daughter who he loves so much. And, you know, they have no idea that he's this ultimate fucking psychopath. And that was kind of strange to see, this killer's home life. You don't usually see that in movies or TV shows of this nature, really. You only usually get the snippets. Now, at first, I hated this concept, I'm not going to lie. I usually like it when you have killers in TV shows or movies to know as little as possible about them. Like the film Seven, I just think it's better when it's unveiled towards the end. However, after about 3 episodes, this really grew on me, and to see this killer have 2 separate lives only made me question him even more, and the more I knew about him, the more mysterious he became. I never quite knew what he was going to do next. We also see the story from another perspective, which is the whole police force side of things, and this mainly involves the Stella Gibson, played by Gillian Anderson, and her efforts along with her team to get this guy and get him off the streets, because the hierarchy of the police force are mounting the pressure on him. It's all over the media. There's women in Belfast dyeing their hair blonde because he's going around killing brunette women. So mainly it's her becoming obsessed with getting this killer behind bars. Now I thought both parts of this story were woven together fantastically throughout the show. No matter what time we are seeing part of these stories, it always bounced back between the antagonist and the protagonist at the very right times. Now while on the subject of these 2 characters, Jamie Dornan is definitely the star of this show for me. Even though he's an evil killer, he just carries this charisma and charm about him, and you see it in The Fall with these female characters, you know, being attracted to him, and it just makes him even more dangerous. I think this part had to be spot on, and Jamie Dornan just done a hell of a job here. I can't actually imagine any other actor playing this part. Now I feel like the show really wanted you to latch on to Stella Gibson, and that is very understandable. She's the main star, and there was a lot to like about her, you know, the way she just lets her hair down and lets herself go sometimes, and, you know, has this strong attitude towards life. She was a very good protagonist to get behind, and Gillian Anderson played her really well. However, for me, I didn't love it as much as the show wanted me to. And I know I'm in the minority there. There's been a lot of people online who really like this character, and that's fine. It's just a personal opinion. But things about it sort of annoyed me a little bit. Example, her voice. Like 3 or 4 episodes in, it started to pierce my ears a little bit and grate on me there. There's also a handful of other characters here who are written really well throughout the show, like Katie, the babysitter. She takes a liking to Paul Spector, who's the killer by the way, and you've got people like Jim Burns, who's the high-ranking officer on Stella's team, but he's got his own batch of problems there, but they all served a purpose and brought something to the show. They never felt like filler for me. Now I always end these reviews with a little fun fact, but I just want to throw one right in the middle here. Did you know that Jim Burns and Eric Cantona have never been seen in the same room? This show also feels very real as well. I loved the location here, the city of Belfast. It was used to great fulfillment. But the media here are referring to Paul Spector as the Belfast Strangler, and people are actually terrified in this show. And it felt like I was there at times, you know. If you turned on your TV tomorrow and heard that there was a serial killer going around, you wouldn't be too surprised, would you? And you'd be wary. So, if you want something that echoes real life or the dangers of real life, The Fall will do it to damn near perfection for you. The score here is also fantastic. It opens up every episode and gets you right in the mood. And when we hear it throughout the show, it's kind of haunting and, you know, gives you this sense of danger is about to happen. It's used to absolute brilliance here, I feel, and just fits the show perfectly. Now, this show contains 17 episodes over 3 series. Series 1 and 2 are perfection, really. You know, they're well-paced, brilliant momentum getting gained. I wanted to watch one after the other. And the final episode of Season 2 was my favourite out of all 3 series. However, when we get to Series 3, it does drag a little bit there. It's not bad, it's just not as well paced or as well written as the other 2. However, if you're feeling the same, this is definitely worth the wait for the last episode, which was absolutely explosive and did not allow me to blink once. Now, another little gripe I had here, between Season 2 and 3, about a week's gone by, but Paul Spector's daughter has grown by about 3 years, and it is kind of noticeable, you know. It's kind of like Rocky 4 and 5. I think a day goes by and Rocky's son has grown by about 7 years there. It's not as extreme here, but I understand, you know, with the filming slots and stuff and the time they had. Just kind of took a little bit of the realism out, I thought. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and rate The Fall now. I'm going to give The Fall a 9 out of 10. Despite a bit of a slow 3rd season, I was still glued to the screen every time I watch this, and I'm kind of sad that it's over. If you like great crime dramas, definitely give The Fall a go. It's one of the best I've seen. Okay, I always like to end these reviews with a little fun fact. Now, a fun fact for The Fall is that Gillian Anderson has actually said this is her favourite role that she has ever played. Yes, even more than Scully from The X-Files, which she is most famous for. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to comment about The Fall, please leave them down below. I will reply to every single one of you, I promise. Lots more reviews coming, lots more different videos. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. Take it all easy, and I'll see you all next video.